Hey everybody, it's Mark with Gables on the Go, and had an idea this morning. We get questions all the time on via email and text, and you guys get feedback through the YouTube channel. But we get questions all the time about things here in the Keys. When people come to the Keys, they want to know, should I get gas before I get down there? Is there any big department stores? Are there grocery stores? Are there any of that kind of stuff in town? All sorts of different questions. So I thought I would take you on a little ride today through Marathon, Florida, and let you know what to expect. A lot of things you probably want to know if you come here. There'll be some quirky things and some things that seem obvious, but still questions that we get. So come along with me, let's take a ride. All right, so one of the top questions I get a lot from people contacting us wanting advice about coming down here to the Keys. Should I get gas before I get into the Keys? And the answer, in my opinion, is no. There's gas stations all the way down. I mean, any major cluster of areas of the Keys down here, you're going to have 4, 5, 10 gas stations in some cases, and it's not more expensive. Just because you get down here into the Keys, even down to the middle Keys and even the lower Keys, the gas is no more expensive down here than it is, up on the mainland for the most part. I used to, when I first started coming down here, I would fuel up in Florida City, which is right before you actually get down into the Keys. There's a big racetrack station there, and everybody stops there and fuels up to come into the Keys. Skip it, guys. If you got the fuel, come on in. It's actually more expensive there normally because they know everybody's going to stop there. And just come on down into the Keys. You'll be able to get fuel as soon as you get down to the first key, get into Key Largo. There's an 18-mile stretch from where you come in at Florida City until you get to Key Largo. And once you hit Key Largo, you're going to have a ton of gas stations all the way through Key Largo and Tavernier and Islamorada, and the prices are not going to be more. So don't worry about the fuel. Here's a little note of interest you might want to know, though. You'll find this out as soon as you cross the Florida state line if you're coming from out of state driving down here. If you're a smoker or a tobacco user, word to the wise, buy it from wherever you came from, because I'm telling you, tobacco products are expensive here, very expensive. I mean, a can of dip here, if you're a Skoal user, which I used to be, but I'm not anymore, thank you. Can of dip here will go $6, $7. Pack of smokes here, I don't know, I don't smoke, but it's also way up there. It's very, very expensive here, like double what it is in Georgia. So just note of interest on that. Good to know. Hey, when you're vacationing down here, guys, something that's kind of important to know: do everything early down here. The Keys are kind of a sleepy little town. Things close early in the Keys. Everything's kind of on island time down here. Most of your, national brand type stores will have very set hours, but don't be patient with the local businesses down here, because guys, they have busy lives. They're doing everything. They're trying to keep their stores open, but don't be surprised if you go somewhere that you're counting to get something and they say be back at 11 o'clock or close today because somebody's having a birthday party or whatever the case may be. That happens all the time down here in the Keys. Do everything you need to do early. Most everything closes 5, 6 o'clock here. That's it. It's not a late night party spot up and down the Keys for the most part. If you're looking for that, go to Key West. I'm not saying you can't find it, but it's not the picture I think everybody probably has in their mind. Things are after dark, everything kind of shuts down around here, and there's not a whole lot of nightlife going on. So if you're looking for that kind of thing, you probably want to be in Key West. Anything in the middle Keys and the upper Keys is pretty much going to be a little slow in the evenings. Thought you might want to know that. Oh, and there's the Holiday Inn Express. Yeah, there's another thing. Yes, there are hotels throughout the Keys everywhere. There's little mom and pop style hotels. Big corporate chain hotels. I think a lot of people think when you get down into the Keys, you're just not going to have anything available to you. Well, it's not that isolated. And I know a lot of people think it is, but it's really not. Hey, speaking of lodging down here in the Keys, guys, one thing that's kind of an interesting note that you might want to know as you're planning a vacation down here, or if you're thinking about buying a property here in town to turn into a vacation rental. Marathon and Key Colony Beach are the primary areas where you can do short-term vacation rentals. The Upper Keys and the Lower Keys, I hear there's some stuff down in Key West that you can do short-term rentals with. I'm not sure of the specifics on that. But I can tell you that Marathon and Key Colony Beach, which is right here kind of inside Marathon, you can do short-term rentals there, 7-day, 7-night rentals there for vacations. So, and I'm talking about the homes. The homes can be rented here. Kind of an interesting little point. Monroe County as a whole is one of the few counties in the nation where the over 50% of the homes here are not homesteaded, meaning they are someone's secondary home, and chances are they probably use that home as a vacation rental. So don't just consider hotel rooms and condos and townhouses down here for your vacation. There are tons and tons of vacation rental homes down here. So you got your own private pool, a house, 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a boat dock and all that kind of stuff. And you'll find that the rates on that are reasonable, may not be the right word. They are comparative to what you would spend per night if you were trying to lodge in a hotel or something like that. Look into your homes down here. I can help you with that. Like I mentioned before, our company does manage vacation rental homes down here. And I can set you up with that and get you all the information. And I know a lot about it, because I spent 15 years coming down here and renting homes myself. I know where the good ones are. So give me a call and I can point you in the right direction on that as well. You do have 2 grocery stores in Marathon, a Winn-Dixie, a very nice Winn-Dixie, and a very nice Publix right next door. Hey, while we're on the topic of grocery stores, guys, let's talk about the cost of food here in the Keys. Now, I'm not talking about dining out, I'm talking about your grocery stores. Cost of food, not that big a deal. I think everybody would assume that the food here is a lot more expensive. It's not. Groceries here are about the same as they were back home, with the exception possibly of your meat selection and your seafood selection. You would think seafood would be cheap in the Keys. Quite the opposite of that. The seafood in the Keys can tend to be a little expensive. And that probably has mostly to do with that. Let's face it, the Keys are tourism driven and tourists coming in, and the seafood is obviously one of the things that everybody comes for, so naturally the prices on that can get a little steep. There are a lot of local small seafood markets that you can go and get fresh fish at the seafood market there and find some pretty good deals on seafood like that, lobster and all the things that you want to buy, fresh fish out of the ocean, snapper, grouper, all that sort of stuff. But the Winn-Dixie prices, the Publix prices are pretty much in line with anywhere back in Georgia, like what I would have paid back in Georgia for the most part. Steaks and red meat, a little higher here, not terrible. And they run specials just like anywhere else. They'll run specials on their meat and stuff, so you get a good deal. So I wouldn't expect to pay a whole lot more for groceries here than you would anywhere else in the country that I know of. Hey, by the way, if you see these big pots, these big stacks of these wooden trap looking things all up and down the Keys, you'll see them piled on the side of the highway, in vacant lots, all kind of places. Those are lobster and stone crab traps that you see stacked up, and there'll be hundreds and hundreds of them all up and down. But that's what they are, stone crab traps and lobster traps. You know, some of the questions that we get sometimes when people are coming down here to the Keys for the first time, probably the one that I get tickled about probably the most is when people, you know, we talk about living in the Keys, says, yeah, we live down in the Keys, and they go, oh, we love Key West, you know, you guys live in Key West. Note of interest, guys, the Keys are not just Key West. I think a lot of people just immediately assume Key West. The Keys are about 110 miles long. We live in Marathon, Florida. We are an hour from Key West. We're an hour from Key Largo on the north side. So Marathon's kind of right in the middle. And it's a nice little ride from the top of the Keys down to to Key West at the most western end of the Keys. So no, not everything down here is Key West. There's a whole lot in between. So there's a couple of your big brand auto parts store. When you get into Marathon, there's a Napa and an Advanced Auto Parts here in town, just like you would expect in any other city. Okay guys, so I am standing here in the parking lot of the Marathon Home Depot right behind me here. Yep, we've got a Home Depot in Marathon. So on that topic, I want to talk to you about big box stores here in the Keys, and that's the place where you're going to see the biggest change from coming off the mainland down into the Keys. But you're not going to find your big box stores here. You're not going to find a Best Buy or any of your other type electronics stores, things like that. Pretty much Home Depot is going to be about it. Now, I'm not sure about Key West. I think Key West has a Home Depot. I'm almost sure they do. But, and there are a few larger big box stores down in Key West. But anywhere else in the Keys, for the most part, you're not going to find a whole lot of that kind of thing. So I will tell you that probably the thing over the last year, Laurie and I have lived here, I would say the thing that's the toughest to get here in the Keys would be probably electronics and gadgets. And of course, Amazon's going to be your best friend for that kind of stuff. But you know, if you want to go out and buy a big screen TV or, you know, a stereo system or computers, things like that, you're not going to find a lot of that in the Keys. It's probably going to be a trip to Miami for you if you need to go see things in person. Now, on the topic of Amazon, here's something great to know about the Keys. When we first moved down here, I thought for sure, since, you know, we're way down here in the Keys, out in the middle of nowhere, I thought for sure that Amazon would just take forever to get down here. You know, one road in, one road out. It's the polar opposite of that. Up in Georgia, it took me longer to get my stuff from Amazon than it does here. I guess because Miami's a port city. That's where everything comes in. I'm sure Amazon has a hub there. Heck, I'm an Amazon Prime member. If I order something on Amazon today, a lot of times I can have it tomorrow delivered here in the Keys. Amazon has really become our best friend down here. Now, on that same topic, let me tell you guys, this chain of islands survives obviously on tourism dollars, and the local economy is driven by that down here. Laurie and I have really tried to make it a practice, since we're members of this community down here now, to buy local. Yeah, I could save a little bit of money if I jump online and order something on Amazon, but you know, I've got friends down here who own little businesses and are down here hacking it out with everybody else trying to make things work. And through this COVID thing that's going on, and you know, all the other challenges of living in the Keys, I feel like it's real important to try to support the local community here. So when you're in town, even as a tourist, do yourself a favor, go and buy your item that you need at the local small mom and pop shop if you can. You know, like I said, there's a lot of things you can't get and you have to order online. But if you can, try to get it local here. The people here would really appreciate it. You know, you'll meet some friendly people that are down here doing a business, and it's just better if you can buy it local if you possibly can. So we try to do that. There's my friend Chris's place, the tackle box right there. Chris and Robin that own that little tackle shop right there are from White County, Georgia. They both work for Hall County in the Sheriff's Department there. So hometown folks that own that. If you're here in Marathon and you need bait or tackle, go by and see Chris and Robin at the Tackle Box. Great folks. I don't know if you caught it in my other videos. It's a fairly new announcement on my channel, but I've recently got my Florida real estate license. We got so much great feedback on the site and people asking us about living down here in the homes, and I just thought it'd be a natural thing to do to try to continue to help folks live their dream down here in the Keys like Laurie and I are. So I went and got my real estate license. Laurie's she's working on hers too. She should have hers before too long. So, but if you're interested in looking at homes down here or getting information about the homes, I work with Coco Plum Real Estate here in Marathon, and we have a full service office there that can handle everything from home sales and purchasing to vacation rentals. We have a full vacation rental management program in place there. We can handle all that. So if you're looking for vacation rentals down here too, hey, give me a call. I can help you with that. I'll tell you where to go and what to do and what to expect and help you any way I can, and we can get you set up. If you're interested in buying a home here in Marathon and you want to use it as an investment property, the vacation rentals do very well in Marathon, and that's a very viable option for a lot of people. They'll buy a second home here, turn it into a vacation rental. You have to have all the proper permitting and things like that in place, and Coco Plum Real Estate can help you with all of that. We've got a crew that'll work you through all of that, take care of everything for you. So give me a call if you're interested in any of that. I'd be glad to help you out. I put all my information in the description on the video. I'll put my phone number and email address here as well, so you can see that. But you guys don't hesitate to reach out to me. I guess you can tell from my channel I like to talk. So, but I also like to be helpful, and I like to help people out and help them follow their dreams too. So you guys give me a call and I'll be glad to help you on that. Hey, a real important thing, guys, that I want to share with you. If you're bringing a boat down to the Florida Keys, if you're trailering a boat from the mainland down to the Keys, do your research before you get here. There's a couple, I did that for years myself. I drug a boat from north of Atlanta down to the Florida Keys every summer for many summers on end, and I can tell you basically everything you want to know about doing that. So if you need help or advice on that, trailering a boat down here to the Keys, and what to do when you get here with your boat, in terms of, you know, where do you keep your boat, where do you keep your trailer, that kind of stuff, don't hesitate to give me a call. I'll try to help you out with that. But I will tell you this, make sure before you come down to the Keys with your boat and your trailer, obviously you're probably going to have a place that you're going to plan on keeping your boat, whether it's at your vacation property or wherever. I'm sure you have a dock that you've already lined up for that. Don't forget where you're going to put your trailer. I'm telling you, that is the biggest pain in the butt down here, guys. There's no space. There's no space to put trailers down here, or anything else for that matter. And if you just figure, well, we're going to rent a vacation place, we've got a dock behind the place, I'm sure we can put our trailer somewhere. Ask that question before you come, because that has been an absolute nightmare for me down here before. You got to get with a local and find somewhere to keep that trailer. Get with your rental agent. Ask that question, because 9 times out of 10 you're not going to have anywhere to put that trailer, and it's tough to find a spot down here. If you do find a spot, they're going to charge you for it, and they're going to charge you good for it, because it's such a premium down here. So there's a good tip for you boaters coming into town. Have that stuff arranged before you get here, for sure. Hey, so let's talk a minute about dining in the Keys. You could talk all day about that, guys. The food down here in the Keys is fantastic, and everywhere you turn there's a cool place to sit out by the water, get you something to eat, have a drink. That's one of the best things in the Keys. If you're a foodie and you like to get out next to the water and have yourself a cocktail or a nice dinner, man, you're not going to have any problem anywhere in the Keys. I won't even get into that. I just happened to stop here by the Sunset Grill, and I want you to look at this setting behind me over here. This is looking right out over the ocean, right by the 7 Mile Bridge. This is called the Sunset Grill. Awesome atmosphere in here, good food in here, really a cool place. But you'll find places like this all up and down the Keys. So every kind of food you can imagine, not just seafood. I mean, pretty much any kind of food you want, you're going to find it here in the Keys, all up and down the Keys. Hey guys, I hope you've enjoyed this ride around Marathon with me today. I know there's no way that I can answer every question that everybody has. I bet the video would be 10 hours long if I tried to do that. But I hope this helps you somehow. If I can help you any way down here in the Keys to better enjoy your visit here, to find a home here, if you just want to call me up and ask me about the fishing down here, I'll try to let you know something about that. But I appreciate you guys riding along with me today. And hey, join us next time on Gables on the Go. Bye, guys.